This reading is taken from Matthew chapter 12, verses 15 to 32. Jesus discovered the plots against him and left the district. Large crowds followed him, and he healed them all, giving them strict instructions not to tell people about him. This was so that what was spoken through Isaiah the prophet might come true. Look, here's my servant whom I chose, my beloved one, my heart's delight. My spirit I will place on him, and he'll announce true judgment to the whole wide world. He will not argue, nor will he lift up his voice and shout aloud. Nobody in the streets will hear his voice. He will not break the damaged reed or snuff the guttering lamp until his judgment wins the day. The world will hope upon his name. They brought to Jesus a man who was possessed by a demon that made him unable to see or speak. Jesus healed him, so that the sick man was able to talk and see. All the crowds were astonished. "He can't be David's son, can he?" they said. The Pharisees heard this. "The fellow can only cast out demons," they said, "because he is in league with Beelzebub, the prince of demons." Jesus knew their thoughts. "Suppose a kingdom is split down the middle," he said to them. "It'll go to rack and ruin. If a city or a household is split down the middle, it's doomed. And if the Satan drives out the Satan, he's split down the middle. So how can his kingdom stay standing? What's more, if I cast out demons by Beelzebub, whose power are your people in league with when they cast them out? Yes, they'll tell you what's what. But if I'm casting out demons because I'm in league with God's Spirit, well then, God's kingdom has arrived on your doorstep. Look at it like this. Suppose you want to break into a strong man's house and steal his belongings. How are you going to do that unless you first tie up the strong man? Then you can plunder his house to your heart's content. If you're not with me, you're against me. Unless you're gathering the flock with me, you're scattering it. So let me tell you this. People will be forgiven for every sin and blasphemy, but blasphemy against the Spirit will not be forgiven. If anyone speaks a word against the Son of Man, it will be forgiven. But if anyone speaks a word against the Holy Spirit, it won't be forgiven, either in the present age or in the age to come.